He's going to have to do something similar here, you would think. He left for Rob Cross after 9. It's a strong start, but MVG. Ball now, is it? No. Takes a gamble on the treble 19, it pays off.
Yeah, backed himself for the treble 19. Good guide for a 60. Bullseye. Disgusted with that shot. And for Rob Cross, that's a big miss this weekend. 18 for that bullseye.
63.
One poke at it each.
Both men missed the bullseye for a 12-dart leg. What a start to this final we have. Double 8 for Rob Cross. How vital is that for Rob Cross?
I think it's massive. Because if you listen to everybody who's in this auditorium, they started very much on the fence, but people like winners. And at this point in time, they might just want to see Rob Cross prevail here.
Well, just chatting with everybody in the sort of 20 minutes break we had between the semis and the final. It is not very often you see Michael van Gerwen in the final of anything where opinion is so divided about who is going to go on and win that final. Usually it's 90% in MVG's favour. It is much closer to 50-50. It's not quite 50-50. Most people still say MVG that I've spoken to in these last 20-25 minutes. But Rob Cross has been averaging more than 105 and hitting almost 60% of his doubles. That could well be good enough if he can continue it.
Well, the last time Van Gerwen lost in a final of one of these, he didn't even get a leg.
That is true. Peter Wright, the man who did for him. Peter Wright has beaten him in 2 finals this year. But MVG looks at 17s, and it's double 8 now. And it's a 12-dart reply from the world number 1.
Fascinating so far. It's just one of those games where, like you said, Dan, you're just not sure where it's going to go. They could just knock 7 bells out of each other for 10 legs and we could determine the winner with 1 leg, very much like the final he had with Michael Smith.
Well, you mentioned Michael Smith. Michael Smith is one of only 3 players to beat Michael van Gerwen in a Euro Tour final. Michael Smith has done it twice. Peter Wright has done it twice, both this year. And Phil the Power Taylor, the greatest player of all time, is the only other man to do it. 24 finals this is for Michael van Gerwen. This is only the 50th Euro Tour, and he's sat out some of them. So he's in the final more often than he's not, and the vast majority of those times he wins. What a group Rob Cross could be included in if he can go on and win tonight. Michael Smith, Peter Wright, and Phil Taylor.
Yeah, it's not bad company.
It isn't, but Michael van Gerwen is down to a finish first on the Rob Cross throw. Cross, he has dominated his game so far this weekend, but he may not have come under the sustained pressure that Michael van Gerwen is going to throw at him in this final.
Well, you can see from the reaction of Rob Cross there that the last dart, he hated it. Double 14. Well, 145 was his winning shot for his first major championship, but he went a different way that time. It will be single 19 for double 16 to hold. There's the smirk.
An exaggerated one for Rob Cross. Is it really the most hilarious double 16 he's ever seen? It might be one of the best.
You can't help but like this guy. He makes darts look fun. He's having a great time, Rob Cross. This time last year, almost to the day.
It was to the day, in fact. I know what you're going to say.
He won the Challenge Tour, much like Wayne Jones has done today.
Yes.
He dominated that. And 1 year on, he's playing Michael van Gerwen in a European Tour final.
Yes, a year to the day since he won the Challenge Tour. And do you know what? Rob Cross has 2 PDC titles to his name since he moved over, got his tour card by winning the Challenge Tour. He's only been in 2 finals in the PDC. He's won them both. And the Challenge Tour, he was in 5 finals. The first 2 he lost. He won the next 3. He is on a winning run in finals. Rob Cross took a couple of events to figure out how to win a final, but he's won his last 5 in a row. Chris Quantock and Nick Fulwell, the guys who beat him, just in case you're interested.
Nick Fulwell, who picked up another Challenge Tour title this weekend.
But this is different gravy. Michael van Gerwen took out a 12-darter in the second leg. He missed a dart for a 12-darter in the third. He is on a 12 again here. He is averaging 123. Oh, MVG.
85.
Rob Cross, if he hits a 60, he might look at treble 16 as the second dart, but he's got to get that first one in. Can't see MVG missing tops. Hold on a minute, it's 2 treble 18s. And that would have left double 16, and he fancied it.
132.
And he doesn't miss it. 2-2, as you were.
This is spectacular. This has shades of the German Darts Championship final between Michael van Gerwen and Gary Anderson a couple of years ago, where MVG threw a Euro Tour record average of 118. Gary Anderson threw the kitchen sink at him in the early stages, was averaging around about 110 or 11 himself, and MVG just went back and got the bathtub and chucked it at him. We know Michael van Gerwen can keep this up because we've seen him do it. On the Premier League, he averaged 123.4, and it was nearly 130 plus.
Rob Cross said to me earlier this season, before Blackpool, if you fancy having a practice, Paul, why don't you come down to Hastings? I said, if I've got the time, Rob, absolutely. And he said, I need someone to test me. There isn't anybody in the south of England who's tested him, so he's got to play in Europe to get tested.
And he asked you.
He asked me.
Wow. Look at this. Look at this. Well, you know what? It's been 4 consecutive holds of throw, and Michael van Gerwen keeps threatening to do 12 darters. But if he's not doing them, and even if he is, oh, he's left a bogey number there. But Rob Cross, if he just keeps holding his throw, it's going to be enough.
Treble 14. Nice layup for tops. Nice and safe as well. Good 3 inches above the treble 20 there, just making sure he didn't bust.
58. Robbie require 40.
Everything on throw so far. Will that continue? The tops for Rob Cross. Getting closer.
20.
Uh-oh. Game changer.
Potentially. Oh. Oh, well, well, well. You expected Michael van Gerwen averaging 115 to at least get a dart for the leg. But it's a reprieve for voltage.
I think the crowd are behind the Sussex man, doing Sussex proud. Rob Cross is in a 3-2 lead, and I'm surprised that van Gerwen went for 4 16s and tops. Thought he might have gone 18s. Lots of choices on that shot. It didn't pay off this time. And is Rob Cross ready to strike and try and break the world number 1?
Well, MVG doesn't give you many chances, but you have to take them when they come along. So far, Rob Cross has managed to do so. He's still averaging in the 110s, Michael van Gerwen. He trails in this final, though.
I think Rob Cross thrives on being in this kind of game. It gets the best out of him, but on the role reversal, like you mentioned, the Gary Anderson match at the German Darts Championship, it does bring the best out of van Gerwen as well, more often than not.
Well, we've said it so many times that Michael van Gerwen, when he needs to find extra gears, he finds them. When somebody puts him under pressure, he just plays better. And it's usually enough to win. That's why he's world number 1. That's why he's won every major title there is going. And he's setting his sights on the Champions League, the one in its inaugural year last year that eluded him.
96.
Not as explosive in this leg, but still first to a finish.
97. Michael, you require 107.
Will it be conventional this time? Treble 17. Rob Cross. We said game changer in the last leg for the 104 potentially. Now, this is a game changer.
Treble 20. Treble 19. For the bullseye.
102.
Oh, look at his face. He expects to hit everything he goes for. That's a confident player. Double 16. It's there, and the aggression is too. We still have a level game. This is tremendous, Dan.
It really, really is. 109 average from Michael van Gerwen. It's dropped below 100 for Rob Cross right now. But it was MVG's turn to rely on a last start into the double to save his skin. Rob Cross has beaten Michael van Gerwen. He beat him on the Euro Tour earlier this year. And he beat him 6-2 as well, with a pair averaging 102. That's 200 maximums for the tournament.
Yeah, he beat him in Leverkusen, and then he stumbled against Mervyn King in the next round. Well, if he beats Van Gerwen today, he hasn't got to play anybody else.
140.
4 perfect darts from Michael van Gerwen to start this leg. The MVG assault on Rob Cross's throw here. Not going to leave a finish, Rob Cross. Michael van Gerwen has got 2 visits to see off the 181. And this could be the moment where Michael van Gerwen takes the lead for the first time.
105.
Just when Rob Cross didn't need a little bit of a lull in this game, it has happened. He's not playing poorly. He's just been made to look like he's playing poorly, because Van Gerwen, 76 after 9, double 8, and it's an 11-dart break. That could well be the straw that brought the camel's back in this match.
Rob Cross has taken 3 legs off MVG. That is as many as the entire field have taken off the world #1 this weekend prior to the final. But Michael van Gerwen looks in the mood not to allow him to get any more.
57.
He averaged 111 against Richard North in his opening game of this weekend, Michael van Gerwen, in a game that lasted 9 minutes and 3 seconds. He whitewashed Richard North.
9 minutes. Takes longer to cook a lasagna in the microwave.
60.
No, what I'd rather do in 9 minutes, I'd rather see world-class darts.
Well, Michael van Gerwen is providing exactly that.
140.
Yet again, on a 2-darter after 9 darts. Yes, 101 is a 2-darter,
60.
but I guarantee he won't go treble 17 bull here. 44 remain. 32 remain. Nothing remains. What does remain, though? 1 leg, and he's the champion.
It is magnificent from Michael van Gerwen. 11-darter and a 12-darter back-to-back, 112.5 average, and Rob Cross, you get the feeling that being broken has just seen him fade. Does he believe that he can win this from this position? He has had belief. He's got a huge amount of self-belief, as Rob Cross. He thinks he can take on the best in the world and beat them. He thinks he can be world #1 one day. But does he think he can win 3 consecutive legs against Michael van Gerwen in his first Euro Tour final? Look at that, still hitting half his darts at double for the event, but only 27% in this final, Rob Cross. Is it nerves? Is it pressure? Is it the occasion? Or is it just that he's run out of steam?
It may be something to do with the fact that Michael van Gerwen is so experienced playing on these Sundays that he's used to winning at this point. Rob Cross is just getting used to being here at this time of night.
Well, he's given himself a chance of an 11-darter here, Rob Cross. It's a fantastic response.
It's going to leave double 18 instead of double top. He gets this. The game gets interesting again if he just starts well in the next leg. But he's got to take this 36 first. Double 9. Should be in this one. It's a fantastic guide.
The crowd try to lift him, but it's not enough, and 110 for Michael van Gerwen. MVG, of course, was the man, the first man to beat Rob Cross in PDC darts. He knocked him out of the UK Open when he turned up as an amateur. And double 16 means he beats him in his first Euro Tour final. A phenomenal weekend from a stunning addition to PDC darts, Rob Cross. But Michael van Gerwen, for the second game this weekend, averages 111. You put him under pressure and he finds extra gears. The best player in the world makes it 5 Euro Tour titles for 2017, 19 in his career. And you are not going to bet against him adding to that tally in the final couple of events before the European Championship. Paul Nicholson, we genuinely thought Rob Cross had a chance for this. He battled and he was right there with him for 6 legs. Not enough in the end.
Not at all, but a step in the right direction for winning a Euro Tour for Rob Cross. He's done himself proud. Getting into this final is a brilliant achievement, and he was the best player coming into the final, but because of his brilliance, he's brought the best out of the world number 1, and yet again, 111 dead on the average. What a performance. What a tournament.
World class, another belter on the Euro Tour. It will return in a couple of weeks' time. Before that, though, next weekend, it's the Champions League of darts, where that man MVG will be gunning for more glory.
Runner-up. Und damit geht's an ihn ein Preisgeld in der Höhe von 10.000 Pfund. Und er hat ein tolles Turnier gespielt. Geht an The Voltage, Rob Cross. Und der Champion des Happy Bet German Darts Grand Prix 2017 ist die Nummer 1 der Welt, MVG, Mighty Mike, Michael van Gerwen. Michael, congratulations, your 14th tournament win in 2017. You just lost 6 legs in the whole tournament, unbelievable.
That's quite well, to be fair. The one who gave me the biggest game, of course, was Rob. Rob played especially well in the beginning. His finishing was good. I was trying to break his toe, it was difficult, but I think I deserved that game. My scoring power was there, and my will to win was there. And, that makes me the champion of today.
Average of 111 in the final is brilliant.
I started off with 111 and I finished with 111, so that's not too bad. So I can go home again, otherwise the wife kicked me.
So, Maike sagt, dass er natürlich zufrieden ist. Mit dem 111er Average war er gestartet ins Turnier. Er hat so ein Jahr im Finale gespielt. Und er sagt, Rob Cross hat ihm am meisten Gegenwehr geleistet. Das war ein richtig gutes Match, vor allem zu Beginn. Rob, just come to me. Congratulations. Congratulations for a great tournament. 4 really great matches you played.
I played well this week. Really enjoyed it, and the crowd's been great. They're brilliant. It's just the last leg, it sort of last 4 that it just lost me way a bit. But I can't take nothing away from this man. This man here, he's why he's there, and the experience what he's got is vast. But it won't be long until I catch him up. He'll be fine. I'm gonna be there.
Also, er sagt, er wird in das Finale zurückkommen und er ist ein verdienter Sieger hier von Mannheim. Michael. Und Michael sagt ihm gerade, Junge, du wirst noch ein paar Finals mit Sicherheit erleben. Is it getting boring to win tournaments after tournament?
It's my biggest hobby. Of course, when you play well, when you win, it's a fantastic feeling. But I want to say one thing. I'm sure I'm going to have more good clashes against this guy. He broke through this year, and he's doing really well. And I want to say I want to give him all the credits because he's going to be one of the big superstars in upcoming.
Also Turniere gewinnen, das wird niemals langweilig, sein liebstes Hobby, das er hat. Und er sagt nochmal, Rob Cross hat wirklich ein tolles Turnier